Tour Fever 2026 is not just another summer rewards checklist. The big story is Paris, new routes, a 5-stage race series, a 10-route completion chase, and one massive Ven-Top side quest in the middle of the event. The event pages are up, and there's enough here for us to build a full ride plan. This is the practical version: what counts, what matters, what unlocks, and what I would ride first. The basic structure is 5 weekly stages. Each week has a short option and a long option. The short option is also the race route, and those races feed into the monthly GC competition where your times add up across the series. There are really 3 different versions of the tour depending on what type of rider you are. If you just want the main rewards, you're looking at the 5-stage path. If you want full completion, the route progression path matters too, because that is where the 7-route and 10-route rewards come in. And if you're racing GC, well, that starts right away with stage 1. The stage reward path is pretty straightforward. Complete 1 stage and you get the Tour Fever gloves and socks. 2 stages, 500 XP. 3 stages, the Tour Fever helmet. 4 stages, an additional 500 XP. And 5 stages gets you the Tour Fever plus Watch the Femmes kit. Then there's a separate route progression path. 7 stages get you 500 XP, and 10 stages gives you the Tour Fever bucket cap. So the simple version is this: 5 stages gets you the full reward. 10, that's the full completion path. The reason that I personally think that this is more interesting than a usual event are the new Paris routes. Looking at the new route thumbnails, these new routes, they don't feel like one-off pieces of road. They look like multiple pieces of a bigger, expanded Paris network. And that changes how I would ultimately approach the event. If your goal is just to check boxes, you can complete all the shortest routes. But if your goal is to actually experience all of the new roads, I don't think I would start with the shortest option. Stages 1 and 4 are the big anchors. Stage 1 is where the new routes begin. Stage 4, that's when the Sufferfest starts. Stage 1 is the one I would prioritize. The short and race route is loop-de-loop-de-loop. It's short, it's new, and it's a race route for the opening stage. The long option, Montmartre Mixer, 27.6K, 198 meters of climbing. That is my pick for the best first ride because it should give you a better sense of the new Paris roads. Honestly, if you have time, I would do both stage 1 routes, Montmartre Mixer to experience the new roads, and loop-de-loop-de-loop because it's so short. Stage 2 is a very different kind of choice. The short and race route is Cas Pat. That's the practical option. The long option, Road to Sky, 17.6K with over 1,000 meters of climbing. So yes, the long option is technically shorter in distance, but the elevation really changes the game. Cas Pat, efficient path, Road to Sky, ego check. Stage 3 brings another new route into the short and race path with Crepe Escape. This is one I'd pay attention to if you're racing because the new routes, they create stronger race dynamics. People don't know the road stretches yet, where the draft starts to snap or where the final move might actually begin. The long option, 3 Musketeers. This is more of a route chase option if you're building towards the full 10. Stage 4 is where Tour Fever really stops being cute. The short and race route, Hell of the North. That is already a punchy, painful route. But the special, L'Attaque, Ven-Top, 20.9K, 1,500 meters of climbing. I don't think everyone's gonna do this one, but if you haven't, riding Ven-Top in a group is ideal. You have people around you, the chat is usually more active, and suffering with others is so much better than staring into the void by yourself for an hour plus. Stage 5 closes the main series with another new, short and long route. La Bouchelle, the long, double espresso. This is where riders finish GC and completion riders decide whether the 10-route chase is actually worth it. If you're mostly here for the Paris roads, this looks like a week to watch because La Bouchelle looks like the final piece of the Paris puzzle. So if I were planning this event from scratch, this is what I would do. And this is where I would separate I want new rewards versus I want the new routes. First ride, Montmartre Mixer. Same day add-on, loop-de-loop-de-loop. Race watch, stage 1. New route watch, Crepe Escape, and La Bouchelle. Monster side quest, obviously Ven-Top. Not because it's efficient, but because doing a huge route like that in a group is way better than doing it alone. And the efficiency tip, save your late joins for the old routes in France. You'll want to experience the new roads. The only thing we're still waiting on are the official images of the unlockable kits, but the structure is clear. 5 stages, new route progression, new unlocks, Van 10, and Paris roads. If anything changes after the final announcement, I'll drop a pin in the comments, update the description, and make a post on the channel. As of now, my plan is simple. Race my butt off in GC, and from there decide if the 10 route challenge is worth it. Are you starting with new roads, racing GC, or taking on the 10 route challenge? Let me know down below.